hello. I am here today to talk with you about your energy budget. Yep, you heard me right. Your energy budget. Now, I've been introduced to this amazing track, kind of affirmation type song, and it is by Toni Jones, and it is called Energy Budget. And it has literally completely shifted how I think about my energy. And I've always been a really firm believer in, my intuition, in who I surround myself with. But as I'm going to get into in today's episode, there are areas in my life that it's challenging to practice this, and I feel tested. So let's get into this. We are going to be diving into what an energy budget even is, what this can mean for you, how this has had an impact on my life, some real life examples that are happening in this moment, literally. And exactly at the very end, how you can apply this to your life. Because that's the most important thing, right? I want you to apply this to your life. So this is called Energy Budget. It is by Toni Jones. And I will link to this so you can listen to it on Spotify yourself. You can add this to your morning routine if you want. This is something I started listening to every morning. And my friend Sam, thanks Sam, has introduced me to her, Toni Jones. And I have listened to so many different tracks and they are very powerful. Some of the lyrics really hit for me. And this might also hit for you too. So this is called Energy Budget. This just touches on so many things. So many things. So let's talk about here how this can really resonate to you and resonate in your life. And also how this has been looking in my life. So you can see here, Toni Jones is really explaining what we tend to do. If you're out there, if you're listening right now and you are a people pleaser, if you know that you just naturally like to please others to avoid any type of conflict, just to make it easier, I love this. I know people pleasing isn't love, but it's fear. That says a lot. And that can be kind of hard to hear. But really what it is, it's fear of someone else, of, if you're not pleasing someone else, of them judging you for that. Fear of standing up for yourself, fear of having a voice. That goes deep. And I want to share with you here some more on this. So really, what I want you to start to think about, and as we go through this episode, I want you to think about what is the current energy exchange in your life between the people that you allow into your life. What is the current exchange of that? Is it equal? Maybe, maybe not. This could go for relationship, friends, family. How do you feel about it? Do you feel that the people you're sharing your energy with are deserving of it? Do they actually, should they be allowed into your VIP? Are they giving you equal energy back? Thinking about that, this is interesting. Because I'm sure, as I'm saying this, a couple people might have come, or at least one, to your mind where maybe you feel you are giving more of your energy to, and you're feeling a bit of lack. You're feeling like you're not quite getting the same equal energy returned back. I want to share how this is showing up in my life. So I'm single and I'm open to dating. And so this is really interesting. And anyone listening right now that has ever, I mean, we've all been single at some point. If you're single, or maybe you're in a relationship, but you can relate to this when you were single. So I've actually met all my previous partners on dating apps, absolutely every single one of them. And now, as I'm single again, I'm thinking, okay, what am I willing to tolerate? Let's take a look at my energy budget. Let's take a look at the boundaries that I am setting. What exactly am I willing to tolerate here? Because again, I'm personally not a people pleaser. And I definitely don't feel like I necessarily need to overly explain things. But I definitely know that in the past, I just like let things slide, you know? So in the dating world, when you're starting out and you're talking to people and maybe you're writing messages, they're kind of responding, they're maybe not responsive, they're definitely not possibly responding in the, quickness that you would like. Does this sound familiar? You know the feeling? Or they're just not at all, or someone ghosts you. We've all been here. You might have been through this. I've been through this so many times. And it really blows my mind because I'm like, do these people know? Clearly not. These people do not know who I am. Like, and I mean this not in a conceited way. I know what energy I bring. I know what I bring to the table. So anytime a man ghosts me or just, does it no longer fits my energy budget right now, I'm like, you're cut. All right, see ya. That's all right. So really, you need to start looking. And in my life right now, I'm seeing this. I'm like, okay, what am I willing to tolerate? What did I tolerate before that I'm setting new boundaries for now? And how can I better protect my energy so I don't feel as drained? How can I do that? Okay, how can I set better boundaries around, the standards that I have, my expectations? My expectations on others are within my control. So really, releasing all expectations is step one. Of course, I have standards, absolutely. And there's certain criteria that I would like someone to meet. And that criteria really is more so aligned to my values. So I protect my energy budget by making sure that if I'm communicating with someone else, that before I even opt to meet this person, I'm making sure that our values are aligned, that we've got those common interests, that we have similar belief systems, because these are things I skipped over in the past in my whole life of dating. And it could have solved some problems. You know what I mean? It could have prevented some things, although I don't believe that any of my relationships none were terrible or anything like that. I'm very fortunate. I learned from each, I grew from each. So another thing that helps me with my energy budget is staying true to my non-negotiables. And this is in life. So if there are things that just really don't sit well with you, they are like non-negotiables. You wouldn't tolerate it from, your best friend. So why would you tolerate it from someone else? This is ways in which you can start to really, control and conserve your energy. So what are you thinking right now as you're thinking about this? And maybe this dating thing comes to mind because I can tell you the energy sometimes that I put into things that may not be deserving of that amount of energy. It's like I have to check myself, right? Check myself, take a step back for a moment and think, okay, why am I frustrated about this? Why is this bothering me? Why am I putting so much energy into this? Like, I do because I generally care. And, I'm a good person. I'm a genuine person. And so I genuinely care. But as I listen to this song, I actually listen to it every single morning. What's amazing about it is that it almost helps to like ignite something in me. So I no longer tolerate the bullshit. So the second I sniff bullshit, I don't even tolerate it. It's not even like, oh, this person's cute, or, oh, but no, I'll give him a chance. I'm like, no, nada. You have literally, if one of my non-negotiables is hit, if I am not feeling like there is a equal energy exchange, if I get that sense, that vibe, I'm like, no, because I know where I want to put my energy. I know the type of person that is deserving of my energy. So, only certain people are going to get it. And I love to share my energy with all of you who are listening. I absolutely love to share this with you. And I hope you can feel the energy as you're listening to this. What's really interesting is when you think about the people that you get along the most with, right? Think about your best friends. Think about maybe a sibling that you're very close with. Why is it that we just feel so good with that person? Because there's an equal energy exchange. Because we're equally giving to each other what the other person wants and needs, and we're matching that. And this is what I really see as I reflect on my relationships with my friends, right? I don't have these problems with my friends that I have with dating. Of course, these people that I'm putting myself out there with don't know me. And so really, I want to focus in on that energy. Your energy is important. I'm telling you. So guard it, guard your energy. And if you are already overwhelmed and drained and everything, then you want to do this activity here, okay? We're going to do an activity together. We are going to do a bit of an energy audit. So, we spoke about the energy budget. That's your budget. You decide what your budget looks like. You decide what those boundaries are. You decide what exactly it is you're willing to give your energy to and what you will no longer tolerate. Now, I want you to grab a pen and paper because we are going to do an energy audit, or open up notes in your phone. You can always come back to this if you're on the move right now or in your car. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to grab a pen and paper, and I want you to do a brain dump. So get a fresh sheet of paper, and I want you to do a brain dump of all the things right now in your life that you feel are draining your energy. And I want you to try to be as specific as possible here, okay? Things that are draining your energy. So this could be it could be financially related. So a lack of savings, a certain amount of debt, trying to date someone new, trying to get into a relationship. It could be something to do with your current partner or relationship, with a specific friend or family member that are just draining and sucking the energy out of you. Could have to do with your work-life balance, lack thereof, lack of physical health, lack of motivation, anything like that. So I want you to take a moment and write that down. So what exactly in your life right now is feeling draining? We're doing this audit here. We're doing it together. So write a couple things down. Now you can always pause this if you need some more time, because if you're going to, we're doing a brain dump. I want you to think about this. So you can always pause this or listen through and then come back and do it as you go on your own time here. So step number 1 is the brain dump. You're writing out everything that is just draining. Now, step number 2, based off what you learned today about protecting your energy, about the importance of your energy budget, I want you to write down one thing that you can do to take some of that energy back. Because let me tell you, that energy is yours. So, how can you take some of that back? So, let's look at my example. So, my example of putting myself out there, oh, the dating world. And, I've had almost most people I've spoken to just not show up on a call that we arrange, you know? So, here's one thing that I can do to work for this step number two so that I protect my energy a little bit more and that I don't allow these things to really get to me. So, one thing I can do is get clear on my non negotiables. So, what is the non negotiable for me? Let's see. Yeah, if he doesn't show up on our first call, well, that's a good start, buddy. Yeah, no. So really it's like if he's going to waste my time and I'm going to show up 100%. So if he's going to waste my time, well, yeah, that's a waste of my time. So I'm going to get real clear on my non-negotiables and stay true to them. So think about one thing that you can do that's going to help you take some of your energy back. Your energy is so precious. Take it back. You deserve it. And now step number 3, do it. So you just wrote out one thing that you can do to take your energy back. Freaking do it. Do it, do it, do it. And continue to do it every single day. And be aware of where your energy is going. I'm telling you, your energy is valuable. And I want you to protect it. So, like I said, I'm going to put the link to this amazing track in the show notes so you can check it out and listen to the full thing. And it might just shift your perspective on where you're allowing your energy to go. And it is time for you to take that back. Take back your energy, and let's be sure you're only giving it to those who are deserving. All right? Let me know how you love this activity. I want to thank you so much for listening today.